The White House today says a deal to get the Strait of Hormuz back open could be on its way. Here's what the Treasury Secretary said. Listen.
We are in talks with the Iranians, and I think there is a chance we may have a deal today or tomorrow to open the strait and move towards a more normalized position in this conflict.
Okay. We're going to get into the reality check on that piece of it. But what we heard from Secretary Bessent comes as the Emir of Qatar says he got a call from President Trump that made some progress on de-escalating tensions between the U.S. and Iran. Okay. Iran's foreign ministry also says it's having positive discussions with Oman about reopening the strait. They're not confirming talks, but let me bring in Keir Simmons in Doha. But Keir, if you're like graph charting the trajectory of things, at least the words that you're hearing, right, the posture seems to be trending in the positive direction related to the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. That said, I think there's still a healthy dose of skepticism that this is going to happen at the snap of a finger.
Yeah, listening to Scott Bessent there, you're just struck, aren't you, by how cautious his words are, getting towards a more normalized Strait of Hormuz. Listen, let's just be clear here, Hallie. After all of the killing and all of the shouting and all of these grandiose ideas about a new era here in this region, negotiations really now have come down to a patch of water, the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow shipping lane, and even that is really difficult. And by the way, that memorandum of understanding, I mean, this is 1 point from that memorandum of understanding, 0.5. This is how tricky this is and how far this has shifted from where we began with the war with Iran. Let me just give you a little bit of what was said on the positive side, what was said by the Qataris here after that phone call with President Trump. According to their post, during the call, they reviewed the latest regional developments, in particular efforts to de-escalate between the United States of America and the Islamic Republic of Iran, and bring their views closer together. So the Qataris are indicating in that post, you can see it, that they see this as a first step towards more steps. And then just in terms of pulling back the curtain and giving you a picture of the kinds of negotiations, it's really telephone diplomacy. Listen to the way that the Qatari foreign ministry spokesman described it to me today.
So drafts are being exchanged.
But drafts are always being exchanged. I mean, anybody who's working on the negotiation process in any mediation knows that the tool of the trade is these drafts that keep being circulated. So I won't comment on a specific draft. I can tell you that language has been drafted on a possible agreement and is being circulated between the parties.
No one wants to rock the boat here, Hallie, or rock the ship in the Strait of Hormuz. They're so close, I think, but equally so far. And we're just days, aren't we, from last weekend where it looked as if this could escalate in a devastating way.
No, you're right, although there's still, a long road ahead. I know you'll be watching it every step of the way. Keir Simmons, thank you so much.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.